Hey everyone, it's Emily, and welcome to the third episode of Newcrest Development, and today we're doing a starter house. This is the second and final starter house of this series, and I'm pretty sure that I said that I probably wouldn't be doing the next starter house for a while, just to give myself a break, because building on a budget is kind of a struggle for me, but this was probably the easiest starter house I've ever made, and I really didn't struggle that much with the budget and making it look nice. I think it's because this is a very small home. It doesn't even have real room dividers. It just has some curtains that separate the bedroom from the living room, and then kind of an angled wall that separates the kitchen and dining room from the living room, and the only real walls in here are for the bathroom. And yeah, it's just a very small house, you can kind of see here. And my inspiration for this was I was thinking that that white part on the right hand side is like a trailer or something that was kind of maybe able to be moved around. Maybe it was a tiny house on its own at one point, and now it has been stationed here and added onto with this more modern extension, but the entire inside has been renovated to kind of have the same theme. That's what I was going with anyway, and I think that it looks really cute. I love the outside. I think this house is adorable, and basically like I said, I wasn't planning on doing the next starter house so soon, but I kind of thought it would be cool to do these Newcrest development build series things in order of the section of Newcrest that we're in. So we did a starter house, and then we did a coffee shop that's kind of in the same area of Newcrest, and this other starter house is right next to the other one, and then I think we're going to finish off the section with another build that's in this little area, and then a bigger lot that's also in the same relative area of Newcrest. It's like the top part, if you can picture Newcrest in your mind. Maybe I should start doing a little picture of our progress on the town. But actually, I don't know about that, because I have some other builds, like work in progress things going on in other sections that don't have anything to do with this series, so maybe I just need to move those. I don't know, we'll figure it out, but it's like the top section of Newcrest, and there's a bigger lot off to the side, which is going to be some townhouses, and we'll get to that at some point too, but I want to fill up one section at a time, just because I feel like that's easier to keep everything straight, and I think it's kind of a fun way to go through the series. I might change my mind at some point, because the second section Newcrest, the one that's kind of on the right side of the map, that's just a row of lots, I think it's just 5 lots in a row. You know how the other two sections are kind of like clusters of lots? This one's just the row on the side. I hope you can picture Newcrest in your head, because if you can't, then you probably don't know what I'm talking about at all. But I think that one is going to be all community lots, so I don't know if I'm going to want to do that many community lots in a row, but I've been having a lot of fun with them so far, so maybe I will, but we'll see. So no promises on keeping with the theme of going in the same area for these builds, but yeah, like I said, we'll see. And I had to make this front bit smaller a couple times because I was getting nervous about the budget already. I was noticing that we only had 10,000 simoleons left. We'd basically spent half of our budget, and all we had done was the outside, and the outside wasn't even completely done because it wasn't fully landscaped, and then we had some walls up, some paint, and very minimal kitchen furnishings. So I was getting a little nervous, so I squished it again, and our only counter is this little corner one, and I'm pretty sure they can still use that for everything. I don't think they should have a problem, but you can always turn, I have the little seating area is like a it's like a bar height table. You could always put another counter over there, or you could even push the sink over one and probably add another counter in front of that window, and I think it should still work fine. I don't think they'll have an issue with the door. You just might want to move the pet food bowl, but I like having it by the door and in the kitchen, so I just left it there. But I was imagining this sim would have a cat. I was thinking a single sim would live here. Our first starter house was a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, and it was for a couple with a dog possibly that was just moving in right after they got married, or as they're engaged or about to get married, whatever, and thinking about starting a family, so they had the unfurnished child room towards the back of the house. That's kind of what the other one was, but this one I was thinking it's just a single sim and their cat, which you could obviously also make it suited for a dog, it wouldn't be too hard, but I did put a cat tree, and I originally had a scratching post, but I remember I switched it out now. But this build, I can't remember everything that I did. Well, I did just edit the footage, so that helps a little bit. I never used to do that. I would just speed it up like way too fast, I feel like, and then I would just make my videos an acceptable length that way. But now I've started realizing that sometimes I just spend way too much time on one area of the house, so I'll just do little cuts when I feel like I've spent a long time doing something that I end up completely deleting anyway. So let me know if you guys like that, or if you would rather see the entire process, because I haven't had anyone complain about it yet, and I've been doing it for like a little over a week now. And I think that it just helps because it makes the videos, not that having a longer video is bad, but I just feel like if the thing on the screen isn't entertaining, then why make the video longer for less entertaining things, if that makes sense? Because if I did some giant house and I furnished all of it and it was all like really well decorated, I would obviously share as much of that as possible. And I think that I'm also, or doing this also lets me not cut out things like the bathrooms. Like I kept the bathroom in this build, even though it was a really simple bathroom, but I didn't feel like I had to cut out that or the floor planning or painting the exterior of the house or things like that, just because I cut out these other little small bits. I don't know, I feel like I'm over explaining this and it doesn't really matter. Probably only matters to me, but yeah, I was thinking about it. But oh, the reason why I was thinking about it was because I built this house last week and I was thinking that I would have trouble remembering what I did, but then I realized that I did just edit all the footage, so I'm not having too much trouble. But ooh, just wanted to point out this little design thing that I did, but I merged that lamp with the table because I thought that it looked cool as kind of like an extra table leg, because that table only has 3 legs and they are spaced in a way where it doesn't look like the table's missing a leg. Like it looks like the legs would balance it perfectly fine, but I thought that it was kind of cool to use that lamp as an extra leg. But anyway, going back to me building this last week, I wasn't planning on building this last week. I had worked on a bunch of stuff. I had all my videos pre-recorded for the weekend because I went out of town, which I'll probably talk about more in a build that's more relevant to it, because I'm doing a build kind of inspired by something that I saw on my trip. But anyway, I went out of town and I was gone for the weekend, and I decided, well, I had to pre-record stuff, and I was done doing all my pre-recording, and I thought, you know what, it's like 12:30, you should probably go to bed, Emily, like that would make sense, you know, you're gonna have to get up early tomorrow. And then I had this other thought and I was like, you know what, I just worked on all these videos, I finished all of them, they're all uploaded, they're ready to go, and I just want to sit down and build something, even though it's like after midnight, and maybe sleep doesn't matter. Maybe I will just sleep in the car all day and it'll be totally fine. Maybe I'll just have a lot of coffee and not sleep in the car. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but it'll be fine. So I stayed up until like 2:30 building this, and actually, I think it was probably much later than 12:30 when I had this realization that it was late, but I still wanted to build something just because. And I think that was just after, you know, recording a lot of stuff because I felt like I had to. I just wanted to do something that was fun because I wanted to, you know? And not that I don't, there's never a time where I'm only doing a video because I feel like I have to do it, but I do make a schedule and I have certain things that I want to get done, and I do want to do all of them, but it gets to a point in keeping up with the schedule where I do have to do it at a certain point. So there's only so much of putting stuff off until I feel like doing it. And every now and then I will put something off until I feel like doing it. Like sometimes if there's just a couple days where I'm really not feeling like doing voiceovers, I'm not going to force myself to do it because I'm not going to be in a good mood. And I've noticed that my videos and like the feedback that I get doesn't seem to be as good if I'm not in a good mood when I make the video. So I really do like to focus on making things that I want to make. But that's why every now and then I won't upload, even though I kind of said that I was going to do daily uploads for the summer. First of all, I have a full-time job now, and doing daily uploads is kind of impossible because I'm literally out of the house from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So that's just not going to happen. And also I just need to make sure that I'm fully happy with everything that I'm putting up, and I don't think that I can do that and post every day. So that's why my little intro now says I think it says like new videos most days or something, which is kind of a joke because that sounds a little silly, but it's the truth, and I think that if I miss a day every now and then, it won't be too bad. Hope you guys don't mind. I don't think anyone's really expecting daily uploads from me because I haven't done that in a long time, and I only did that for like a month. But anyway, this is kind of a weird way to end this, but I hope you're having a great day. Hope you enjoyed the screenshots. Give me ideas for this series if you have any cool community lots that you want to see happen in the world. I will do my best. But yeah, hope you're having a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye!